Yes, yes, yes. So I guess we're moving on to the 1966 by me, Mike and I went to the North gosh, National Street Hot Rods out here in Vermont this summer, and we interviewed. We both forgot to get the gentleman's name, but a 1966 Chevelle, just a great looking car.
Yeah, that was a special shade of red too. And you were talking with him earlier before I had the camera rolling, and you were saying something about the color. You were both
Yes,
familiar with the exact shade of that or something. What
yeah,
you remember
we
the
were going over
backstory
the
on that?
shade. It's a Mazda color. It's a Mazda Soul Red.
Huh.
And if you see these new Mazdas coming out, they have this red, and it just looks the red. It looks just like you could just put your hand right in it, and it's all factory, you know. And it's just such a pretty color, and it's kind of it really pops.
It really does. It's a gorgeous shade of red. Let's take a look.
And I have a 1966 Super Sport Chevelle. And the color of the paint is red soul crystal. It's got a 496 big block in it.
The lion on the side, huh?
What's that?
The lion on the side there.
Yeah, I put the original badges, but yeah, it's not the original motor.
Sweet.
Hey, I'll be honest with you if you ask.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. But just don't pull up on the side and expect me to tell
That's
you.
right, it's a sleeper. It's got the cutouts on it, you know, with the buttons, so open up the exhaust. And
Oh, yeah, it's nice.
yeah, I've had this car since I was 16.
16?
Yeah. My father bought it. He bought it from somebody in South Carolina that came up in the 80s.
Wow. So this is his car originally?
His car originally, he got it with like a maroon red. Then he had it painted with orange. And the motor blew, so we took it out. And then like 14, 15 years ago is where I started really getting into it. Redid the brakes, sandblasted it. So it's been an epoxy primer for 14 years. I just painted it by last year.
Wow.
The year before I took it off the frame. Did all the underneath the frame, suspension, changed the rear end. Did the motor in it like 5-6 years ago. And just gone right through it. All it's really got left is pretty much in the interior and stuff.
Now, the motor, what heads you got over there? So interesting valve coverage there.
Oh, the motor is a blueprint motor. Oh. So I ordered it through Jegs, and the valve covers I bought afterwards. But
all right, those valve covers look pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got 527 horse.
I like to see the beads.
Yeah, I like that too. The polished aluminum, and then I bought the air cleaner afterwards.
But man, your paint, your motor, it just everything flows very well together. And like you said, how much horsepower?
527.
527.
Yep, 4-speed, 4-corner. It's got the 308 gears in it. They put strange axles on that, the anti-hop, because once I put the policy in it did hop. But I found out what they're talking about with the Chevelles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What transmission do you have in here?
The Borg Warner, the T10.
All right, how many gears? 4.
Yep.
Got an overdrive?
No.
No overdrive?
No.
Okay.
I wish. That extra, it would help out on the interstate. He's screaming at 65, you know what I mean? You can get up there, but you don't really want to cruise for a long time at that speed. So.
Sure.
Like I said, the 308s do help, though. Cruise around town and stuff, you don't have to have it in fourth gear. I can drive around in third. And...
I like your Weld wheels, keeping it old school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and they're 3-piece.
I put the Weld racing rims, and then they said I upgraded to disc brakes in the front. That was like one of the first things I did, because when I had drum brakes all the way around it, you never knew.
Yeah.
Some days you stop and go nice and straight. Sometimes you go right towards the traffic on that side. You know what I mean? So it's like that's gotta go. And then with that single cylinder master, I lost the brakes probably 3-4 times in this car. Just be empty, put it back in, and go. But
wow.
I was like, yeah.
That's why you better know how to. You better know how to use that.
Downshift, and the e-brake's got to work. That's why it's got to be in there. Saved the car a couple times, I think. Honestly.
Yeah.
It's a hazard.
Yeah. Well, cool. Yeah. Thank you so much. We appreciate.
Yep. Wait, am I? Oh, I am. I do have my mic on. So yeah, hey, everybody on the outside world, excuse me for my fumbles today. I'm just not. I don't have the. I'm not good like Mike there. I'm just only one. My second time hosting here, so bear with me, please.
Oh, you did a great job.
Oh, you're doing a great job, Virgil.
Thank you. This car right here, I wish you guys could have seen in the light.
Yeah,
because I don't think the camera does this car any justice. It just, that red is just such a pretty red. If I ever had anything that I wanted to paint red, it would be this paint color right here.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I mean, it looks nice on camera, but nothing like in person.
Yes.
That really popped in person.
All right. So I'll go with you, Rob. Any thoughts here, Rob? Any thoughts, but your thoughts, sir.
Okay, great car. He's done a great job on it, but I like the story that goes with the car. I think that's what makes the car, when somebody knows the history and they've had it that long, and that steering knuckle problem, that's a major problem with those all the years.
Yes, drum brakes.
I like the story that goes along with the car.
Yeah, to be for his father to have the car, and then to be passed along that that says a lot. I think that makes you want want the car and do the car even better, just because of that, because of those things.
Yep.
And how about you there, Mike Delage, Mr.
Yes,
Delage? I got to decipher between the two mics.
But yeah, I got the nickname around this building. I'm called the cameraman because we have other mics in the building, and they say, "Oh, cameraman Mike." But what I like about this is he's got the wider wheel in the back, so it says, "Hey, guess what? I'm not just a normal car driving down the street. I got a little more oof and a little bit more power in my rear end in my car." And that's what's impressive, because sometimes they want to keep the tires the same way all around, but when you see the wide tire in the back, it tells you a whole different story. It tells you, look out, I have a little extra power.
Yep, it's like a mullet. Business, party in the front, business in the back, right?
Exactly. And speaking of business in the back, the very center of the screen, do you remember that orange Camaro, Virgil?
Oh yes, because we featured that with them there. I forget her name though, but yes, that was the one. What is that?
It had an LS in it, I think.
The slicks and the Boyd Cottonton wheels.
Yes, that was a sweet ride. Oh, and we've got comments coming in too.
All right. Stacia and Art Fosler. The Laguna were used in NASCAR. Yes. Oh yeah, I remember those now. Huh.
Matter of fact, I do have one picture of a Laguna that actually has the stickers and everything stating that it was a NASCAR car.
All right.
Nice.
Thank you there, David Alaska Motors. Thank you very much. Says I'm doing an awesome job. Thank you very much there, sir.
And yes, you are. We appreciate your filling in. I wouldn't be able to get through the whole show without coughing.
Hey, you got some big shoes to fill, man. You never know how hard a job is until they put the lights and camera in front of you.
Yeah.
Virgil, you're doing a great job on it. No problem there.
I'm just glad I'm not like the weather guy with the green screen and have to do all of that. So yes.
Yeah, we appreciate you stepping up and doing it.
Well, thank you for having the thank you for willing, thank you for entrusting me.
Sure. All
right, James Whiteside. If only these cars could talk and tell the stories of it, you can ever only imagine.
Yeah.
LOL. Yes, I know. If the cars could tell their stories, huh?
Oh yeah, unreal.
There's a lot of first love.
And Virgil, here's the funny thing. You look at a Chevelle and you hear the stories on the Chevelles and stuff. You don't hear about trees growing out of them, but you hear about the classic Mustangs. You hear about, oh yeah, I got this. It was a tree growing out in the middle of it.
Yes.
That's true.
I found it in the field. Yes.
Click the link in the description for your free Amsoil catalog. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here tonight. I have a robust lineup. I'm trying to get my graphics going. Here we go. I have a robust lineup of muscle car entertainment on tap for you tonight. We also have some friends waiting for us in the green room. They'll be coming on in just a moment. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to make a comment. Let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a regular viewer or a first-time viewer. Now, we do have comments that have come in. Let's take a look. Aha, Connor Brown. He was on a couple of weeks ago, and he's back. Connor, thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad you had a good time with us a couple of weeks ago, and I hope you have just as much fun with us tonight. And by all means, as we're playing videos and commenting on things, feel free to weigh in with thoughts, questions, comments, anything you can think of. And here we go. We've got Paul Tiemann says, let's get this show revved up, gentlemen. Absolutely. Gentlemen, start your engines. And we've also got my dear friend Donald Farnsworth, regular viewer. He's here every single week. We thank him so much. He's a good friend of mine with a red Mustang. And thank you so much, Donald, for coming in tonight. We appreciate it. So let's not keep our guests waiting any longer. Let's bring them on. And we have a full house tonight. And let me get the mics turned on. Whoops. There we go. Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight?
Doing pretty good, Mike. Thank you for having me on.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Oh, and I don't think we have Rob's mic.
There we are.
Perfect.
There we go.
It was
There
on
we go.
my side. Sorry about that.
No worries. No worries. How you doing
Good,
tonight,
Mike.
Rob?
How you been doing this week?
Good, good. I've been a little sick here last week. I had to cancel the show, but doing a lot better tonight. Still have a bit of a cough, but ready to get the party started.
Of course.
For sure. So let's do exactly that. Actually, we've got some more comments coming in. Let's see who's tuning in here. We've got Jared Leduc tuning in from Vermont. How you doing, Jared? We have Steve English. He says, everything looks good here. Sounds good as well from Mesa, Arizona. Cool deal. And Steve, if you were the guy from Arizona a couple of weeks ago, I was trying to think of that town that's east of Mesa. It was Apache Junction. That's the town I was trying to think of. But yeah, beautiful area out there. I lived out there for about 8 years. But yeah, thank you so much for coming on, Steve. We really appreciate it. Now we've got Dave Lowry from Alberta tonight. We've got a lot of people checking in here to see what we're up to tonight. So let's not keep them waiting any further. Let's take a look here. We're at item number 1. Over the weekend, we had the Street Nationals in Essex, Vermont. And our friend and yours, Jake Dwinell, was over there getting some footage. You want to tell us what we're about to look at here, Jake?
Yeah, this is kind of my picks and my highlights of the show. Some cool stuff I saw in the parking lot, because there's always some cool stuff in the parking lot of a car show. Yeah, it was just a pretty good time. It was a pretty good turnout.
Sweet. Yeah, let's take a look.
Hey guys, I'm out here at Street Rod Nationals in Essex, Vermont. We're going to start off the show by looking at some pretty cool cars I found in the parking lot. 1987 Alfa Romeo Graduate. Really cool little car, just out here in the parking lot. We got Betty the Beetle here. Old Super Beater convertible. Cool little car. Looks to be pretty original. Cool little car. White over blue on white and blue interior. Classic. I like to carry some cars like this to the car shows with me to give someone a little memento. I hope this owner of the 2007 Mustang GT here appreciates this little gift showing off his car. Not a Chevy guy myself, but this is a beautiful SS Camaro here. This is a 5th gen Camaro. My guess by the taillights pre-2014, so an 11, 12, 13. Beautiful car.
Over here in this corner was kind of the cream of the crop, some of the coolest builds and the nicest cars here at the show.
Beautifully done on the inside there. And of course finished off with a 5-liter Coyote. Cherry on top, some modern power for this classic car. So what year is the car itself?
The car is a 55 Chrysler 300.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And then you said it's a 2018 Hellcat.
Yeah, the Challenger Hellcat.
Challenger Hellcat. And that's basically the entire underside of the car, the interior, with the old body on it.
Everything over the rockets. Yep.
Beautiful. The interior is full modern Hellcat, down to the dash, the seats. You've even got the floor mats in there.
Yep.
And then under the hood, of course, you've got your supercharged Hellcat. How many hours of labor were into it?
About 1,800.
1,800. But you can tell for sure.
This is a fiberglass replica of a 1965 Cobra 427. This is an amazing car with a great story. Obviously, this is one of Carroll Shelby's most famous cars, one he's known for, hence the name Shelby Cobra. This was actually the inspiration for the Dodge Viper, which was a 2-seat roadster with some side pipes, big engine, manual transmission, rear-wheel drive, and nothing else. Really cool car. I was really happy I got to see it.
Figure leave him a little gift right here. There you go.
A Chevy Bel Air, this example being a 1955, is one of the most iconic cars in the hot rodding world. I commend the builder of this one because it was done very traditionally. You can see lots of chrome, but everything is very clean, everything is very tucked, and it's done with not too much modern equipment in it. You can see it's on some Kreger SSs, which are every hot rod guy's favorite wheels, and just a beautifully done car. Really glad this guy was able to bring it out to the show and share it with everyone.
See if they appreciate this. And this is the transition we're going to start to see to more modern classics. This is a Nissan Pulsar. I believe this one is a 88, which would make it part of the rad generation. The cool part about these cars is they're convertible, but not in the way you'd think. It does have T-tops, but you can actually take this little hatch off in the back, and they've got more of a fastback style roof for it. Regardless, really cool car. Looking forward to starting to see more of these at these shows.
Well, although I did go on Sunday, which was the slower of the 2 days, this was still a really good car show, and there's some amazing builds here. I'm looking forward to filming a lot more cars and some really cool content for you guys in the future. Keep an eye out for me. This is Jake from Heritage Ford. Thanks.
Yeah, way to go, Jake, man. That's some excellent footage.
Yeah, thank you. You know, it was a good show. Got to have some good times talking to some car people. So, you know, what can go wrong?
Yeah,
I'd love to,
sure.
if it's cool, I'd love to say a couple things really quick.
For sure,
So
yeah.
that Chrysler 300 is actually a homologations car, and when it was purchased, it was in perfect condition. He purchased it off the owner of the Chrysler Imperial Club out of I can't remember where, but he took a perfectly good homologations car and a brand new Hellcat, and he shot, like you said, chopped the body of the Hellcat off and dropped that car right on it. That was made right at Back Bay Customs right here in Portland, Maine. And,
Yeah.
Wow.
And so it was cool seeing it there. And then secondly, too, the man with the 55 Chevy Gasser with the Cadillac engine, his name is Bob, and I'm actually supposed to do a one-on-one video with him. He lives just up the street from me. So it's cool seeing them at a show. Where was that? New York?
That was Essex, Vermont.
Essex, Vermont. Yeah, so that's a good travel distance, man. Like, they're really getting those cars out there. But yeah, I was just excited to see those.
Yeah, for sure. I was impressed with that Chrysler, especially. That was really something.
Of
But,
course.
Rob, any thoughts, reactions?
Jake, for guys who don't like Chevys, there was a lot of nice Chevys there.
I know. I mean, I've had a few Chevys in the past, you know.
Like that Camaro is nice.
That was a beautiful car.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
The
no.
amount of work that guy put in that Hellcat, oh,
I know. He had a photo book with the whole build, and it was quite a thing to see.
Yeah, that was really.
I would cry seeing somebody tear apart a Hellcat.
They make more, you know.
Yeah, you got to have confidence in what you're doing to do something like that.
Yeah, a lot of wiring.
That
for sure.
that 5.0 swapped. I think it was a Fairlane, the orange Ford. If
Yep.
it was a Fairlane,
I don't know if it was a Fairlane or if I think they just said Ford sedan on it.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure, but that 5.0 in there was pretty sweet too.
It was clean. They did a good job with it.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. So I'm going to pop a graphic on the top of the screen here, and this is a chance for Jake to tell us about his day job.
Yeah, you know, I'm a car salesman, but I'm kind of the car guy. I normally sell Fords, but I can get just about everything. And I'm starting to do some older car brokerage too. So if you're looking for something in particular, whether it be new, whether it be old, if you're looking to sell something, just give me a call. It's Jake at Heritage Ford. My number is right on the screen right there.
Absolutely. And if you give him a call, be sure and mention you saw him on the podcast.
Yes, for sure.
Cool deal. Well, cool. Let's take a look at what we have next here. We're on item number 2. Now, Derek was at a cruise night over the weekend as well. And let's take a look here. Did you want to talk this up a little, Derek, before we roll it?
Yeah, so just really quickly, every Tuesday night in the summer at Bentley Saloon in Arundel, Maine, they have a cruising car show. Everybody just goes and hangs out. I highly recommend it if anybody is local. I would like to really give a big shout out to Bentley and Lisa for, hosting that, having everybody there. It's always a great time. And especially too, this was the season closer, and it's always just jam packed with such a huge variety of cars. So it's a really fun show. If anybody ever gets a chance, I highly recommend making a trip out there.
For sure. And we also have to give a shout out to our mutual friends, Paul and Elaine. They introduced you and
Of course, yes.
Because I was in touch with them about trying to get some footage. I know they were associated with the Bentley's cruise night, and they put me in touch with you, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Of course.
So begins a long collaboration, I think, of sharing and swapping videos and stuff.
Most
so let's take a look at this footage that Derek got at Bentley's over the weekend.
Of course, I'm going to show you guys really quick. This is my 1991 Nissan Hardbody. I custom built myself. There is a video talking about everything I've done to the truck, so you can go watch that if you want to learn some more about it. But here's a quick look at the truck. Now we'll go see what else everybody brought here. So there's no better way to start off this video than this truck right here. So for the front, it looks like just your typical square body Chevy. It's definitely one of the later 70s style. I'll assume maybe around 77. If we figure it out, I'll let you know. But you walk to the side, and it's 2 single cab square bodies pieced together. This is wild. Oh, there's so much I love about this. So in the beginning of the video, you'll see my sub setup. It's set up with an accordion gasket, similar to how this works. And this is so you can talk to your passengers that are facing the rear, and a whole bench seat with a steering wheel of its own. This is so cool. Wow, what a truck. And now we come to the back here, and you'll see the previous headlights are now your tail lights. This is beautifully put together. Whole sound system. You got some Rockford Fosgate amps, jail audio subs. Oh, this is just, what a cool truck. Really, can't imagine seeing this thing going on the road. It's so cool. So these are the type of cars I live for sure. Right here, we have a lifted Mercedes-Benz. I don't know what it's on. I would like to assume maybe some sort of like 90s Chevy Blazer frame or something. Who knows? Just kind of taking a guess. Oh, I love that. So it's a 300 SG, but even then they badged it with a 4-wheel drive badge. It's got a hitch. This is so cool. These are the type of builds I live for. I mean, it's just so cool. Again. Wow. What a ride. That's pretty nasty. So right over here we have a 41 Willys. And this car has some time put into it. So you got your American racing wheels stacked and set up. Got some big tires out back. You got some smaller wheels up front. A little bit of space in here. And one cool thing to take into account too is this cowl isn't very large. And I mean, your hood latches right in there. You have your radio, all your gauges being ran through there. I mean, there's not a ton of space there to work. And everything that mounts to the firewall especially. This car is equipped with a full front clip that folds forward, and right here you are met with a beautiful big block 468 with a fat supercharger. The blower sticks right up out of the hood. This car was cool seeing it pull through the lot when it came in. And right over here we have a 1940s Willys. This one has got some really fat tires in the back there. You have some tread for sure. And this is cool. Just another build, another style. This is your typical, your regular hood that you would have had on these. The nose seems to be a little bit different too, but for the most part, the cars are pretty similar. And I'm loving the setup right here. It is turboed. And to add on to it, it is the V6 out of the Grand National that powers this Willys. Rolling in now is a 1955 Chevy Bel Air convertible. That's pretty cool. A little four-wheel drive, old school Ford F100. A little International Scout. That's pretty cool. It's just pretty low too for a little four-wheel drive. Yo, that is sweet. All right, so that's pretty cool. We just got a little 2009 Dodge Viper over here. Obviously with the V10, I love the way these engines look in these cars. And sitting right next to it is Evan's little Mazda Miata. He just painted the car up, swapped a new engine into it. Well, actually rebuilt the engine. But always love this car. It sits wicked low to the ground. And really fun to drop the top and just go cruise around. Right over here is a 1970 Chevy Nova SS. Nice sweet car right here. All black leather interior. Right in the front here, it's pretty cool. He's got the newer style headlights. And this car is powered by a 350 with a 4-speed. So that's pretty sweet. We have a 1969 Camaro Resto Mod. This car is beautiful. Black is not an easy color to keep this clean. Right here is a 427 Chevy engine in here. That is wild. Check out this interior too. There's a lot of time put into this car. Oh, and I love the white door panels. Come right to the back of the car just to tie it all together for you. Oh, I love that, the SS 427 badge as well.
Yeah, so cool. So cool. Yeah, thank you so much, Derek, for giving us a look at that Bentley's cruise night. I've been curious about that cruise night for quite a while now, and thank you for giving us a peek at that.
Of course. Thank you so much for sharing the clips and everything else like that, man. Seriously.
For sure.
Again, really quick too, just a quick little plug. If you're interested in seeing the rest of the video, go check out my YouTube channel at Japanese Mini Truck. There's a big wide variety of cars, and there's a lot of really cool educational facts on there for anybody that's interested in learning about cars.
For sure, yeah. There's a link in the description, and like you said, you can watch the full length of that video. There's probably another 15 or 20 minutes of that.
Yeah, it's a long video.
And other shows that he goes to, and individual cars that he's profiled, and just he's got an incredible channel. It's very much worth a look.
Thank you.
Sure, gentlemen. Any thoughts on what we're just looking at, or?
I mean, that sure beats the Cars and Coffee that's in Central Vermont. But it's really cool. There was a little bit of something for everyone. You had the four-wheel drive guys. You got the classic original, the built-up hot rod resto mod. There's everything there. So that was awesome.
Of course.
For sure. Rob?
I've never seen a show with two Willys at it. They're rare cars up here in Canada. They're my favorite.
Yeah.
Willys.
Especially being
show.
Grand National swapped with the turbo and everything was pretty cool to see.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It sounded like it was supercharged when it pulled in. Everybody thought it was supercharged, and then we went to go look, and it was turbocharged. I don't know why it sounded supercharged, but it maybe just such a small turbo. It was spooling fast. Who knows?
Sure.
Yeah, it's wild.
That's wild. And I like that blue Chevy pickup. And when we were kids, we used to call something like that a push me, pull you. Did people even say that anymore?
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
I think it was a Dr. Seuss animal with two heads. Instead of a tail at the other end, it was another head. And they call it a push me, pull you. I'm probably a little fuzzy on the details, but it's something like that.
We have a guy in our Santa Claus parade up here that has a Corvair with two front ends on it and four-wheel steering on it. So he can go crossways down the parade and stuff like that. Eh? Yeah, nice. I think it's owned by Pizza.
Wow, that's wild. I'd love to get some footage of that if you ever see that again. That is cool.
That was a good video.
Yeah, for sure.
Great selection of vehicles.
Thank you.
So we're on item number 3. We've got some announcements to make. Now, the Corvettes of South Florida Car Club, every Wednesday night, they have a cruise night, and it's an incredible event. If you're in Miami, maybe not this week with the storms that are happening down there, but every Wednesday night, they do have an incredible cruise night. Be sure and check it out. The details are right here on the screen. Now, this is also a chance for Rob to tell us. Let me get to the right spot here. We've got an AMSOIL promotion. Do you want to tell us about this, Rob?
Sure. Every month, AMSOIL has some kind of promotion deal going on, and this is for the preferred or catalog customers. If you order directly from AMSOIL, and if you order $75 worth this month from September 28th to October 11th, they're going to send you Amsoil Regs. I have two of them here on display that I have myself.
Oh yes,
in my
let
own
me put you
collection.
full screen here so we can see that.
Yeah, I have them in my own collection. I use them all the time, and we give them out at shows for promotion too. But if you
Sweet.
order $75 from Amsoil from September 28th to October 11th, they're going to throw in these two rakes for you absolutely free.
Wonderful. And then let's take a moment too to talk about the preferred customer program.
Yes, become a preferred customer. You get your absolutely best value of the product. You save 25% on any order. You order $100 worth, we're going to ship it right to you free. On your birthday, you get a $25 gift card, and every time you order $100, they're going to give you $5 back towards renewing your membership. It's the best way to buy Amsoil is become a preferred customer, and you save on the products.
Yeah, Divas discounts, free shipping, and all sorts of birthday gifts and cashback situations. Yeah. It's really nice. And then of course, like everyone here, oh, pardon me, I apologize. I'm still getting over that cold. But like everyone here, we all enjoy going to car shows, cruise nights, any sort of event for cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, snowmobiles. If you're viewing this and you enjoy that sort of thing as much as we do, consider joining the podcast team, the Amsoil podcast team. And in the interest of full disclosure, I'm signed up under Rob. And if you sign up under me, you get Rob and I available to you for coaching and support. Well, what does that mean exactly? Rob has been doing Amsoil for over 40 years, and he is a black belt when it comes to selling Amsoil at events, car shows, cruise nights, snowmobile shows. If you're curious about trying something like that, Rob can coach you on the finer points of how to do it and how to do it right and do it successfully. The thing that I bring to the table is I do a lot with social media. I've got places where you can post Amsoil offers, and I can coach you on the finer points of doing that. So it's just something to think about. If you sign up under me, you get Rob and I available to you, and it's just a wonderful opportunity. If you enjoy car shows and all of that, it's really something to think about. And then the last thing I'm going to ask Rob to tell us about, since it's fall and we're starting to think about the colder weather, you want to make a few comments about this, Rob?
Yes, Amsoil has a different kind of antifreeze. Most people antifreeze you got to change every 100,000, 2 years. Amsoil is good for 800,000 kilometers, so that'd be 500,000 miles. And we have also a coolant boost we add to our antifreeze. And it was designed for stock cars, for when your stock cars run mainly just water, so the water boils hotter than antifreeze. By putting this in, it brings the boiling temperature down. But it's great in the wintertime because it makes a warm-up time in the car half the time. And it's when it's 10 below and your car warms up faster, that's a lot less wear and tear in your engine.
That's worth a lot.
By having an antifreeze, it's good for 500,000 miles. Is a lot better savings than what most people use. Most people don't know that antifreeze does break down and it ends up clogging up your rad and rotting your rad out. So by having a better quality antifreeze, your rad lasts longer, all your pumps and all that last longer. So it's cost efficient to have a better product in there.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, cool. And if you're curious about any of these Amsoil things we were just talking about, there are links in the description. Click away, and you'll be on your way to either signing up to either purchase products or signing up under us as a dealer. We've got a comment that's come in. Keith Hackman from Southwest Vermont is in the house. Thank you so much, Keith, for coming on. We appreciate it. He's watching us on YouTube. And let's see here. We are on item number 4. We've got a 1978 Chevy Corvette. This car is for sale by our friends over at B&B Auto Sales. I just need to change screens here, pull that up so we can take a look at it. And yeah, here it is right here.
Hi, this is Dirk from B&B Auto Sales in Brookings, South Dakota, showing you our 78 Corvette. We took this in trade. It is a numbers matching motor and transmission. Actual 70,000 mile. We got a signed odometer statement. The reason they sold it is could no longer drive 4-speed, so they traded in on a later model Corvette or Camaro convertible. So had to repaint it one time in its original color. A few chips here and there just from driving it and out having some fun with it. I believe it's a 3-owner is what she said. She's known the car since new. That's one of the worst spots. I mean, really looks good. I mean, it's a driver quality car, but so you can see it's got good shine to it. This is an interesting car. It's one of 3,000 ordered without air conditioning, so it does not have air conditioning from the factory. And like I said, what I'm going to show you on the exterior of the body is mainly some chips. A guy could touch them up. Just got it in. I haven't had a chance. Probably will. This is the worst flaw in the seat, just from getting in. These are original seats, so you're gonna have some of that. 70,565 is the odometer. There's your gauges. See, it does have a clock, does not work. 4-speed car, and there you can see no factory air. Tilt wheel, dash is in good shape. I mean, interior is in nice shape. Door panels are good. Just a little wear from crawling in, which with these Corvettes, that's always an issue. Got good tread on the tires. Wheels are in nice shape. She's got rear bumper's in good shape. There you can see the dual exhaust. Like I said, occasional chip here and there, which hasn't been touched up or not at all. So, well, that's all you'd have to do, and then they wouldn't be very noticeable. There's probably one of the bigger chips. T-tops, colored T-tops. This seat, I don't believe has any issues. So if you're looking for just a nice driver quality car that's definitely got some collectability with the numbers matching motor and transmission, as you can see the VINs on the pictures also being an L82 car. So a nice driver quality car that will be a good investment. Runs really nice. You can hear the blower motor. Your gauge is a little over half tank. Your oil pressure, your radio. It's cold, so we got a high idle right now. Hear your radio. You see under the hood light, still has a smog pump on it. Runs nice and smooth. There's your headlights. And it's hard to tell, but the tail lights are working. There we see we're running about 2,700 RPMs at 55. So 3,000 RPMs at around 60. There's your gauges. Over here, the radio in the background. Nice driving car. It's hardly touching the steering wheel, as you can see. Goes down the road nice and good. Suspension solid. That's always my suspension testing bump if I have any rattles or clangs and no obvious noises. Doesn't pull to one side. Questions, give me a call, 605-695-7391.
Yeah, so thank you so much to Dirk at B&B Auto Sales for that really cool footage. Any reactions to what we were just looking at, guys?
I like the way you talked about the seats wearing, about getting in. The wife had one. We got rid of it because I had a hard time getting out of it. I had no problem getting in.
Yeah, you sit deep in those things.
Oh, I had a hard time getting out of it. Fun car to drive.
Yeah, for sure.
I love Corvettes. My first car was a Corvette, and that one was beautifully clean. And that's kind of how I like my cars. Just a little bit of wear on them, so you're not afraid to drive them and really use it.
Yeah, keep it real.
I'm a big fan of the T-tops too on those cars as well. I've always I like soft tops, I like drop tops, but I really like the T-tops. You keep the same sleek look of your car and just easy slap on, slap off kind of thing. And I love the pop-up headlights. Yeah, and I'm a big fan of the pop-up headlights, and it's cool because it's not a single. It's you have quad headlights when they pop up. It's kind of cool.
It's an aggressive look for sure.
Yeah, of course.
For sure.
Very nice car. Should sell fast.
Yeah, for sure. Well, cool. So we're on item number 5. This is another video that was shared with us by Derek. Do you want to set this up, Derek, while I get the video queued up?
Yeah, of course. So I would like to thank my friends Dan and Rachel Roy. They let us go out and film their car one-on-one. It's another thing I started on my channel, and we just go out and we film cars. And basically, what I do is I run through all the facts about whatever car we're doing. So in this one, we talk about all the facts of the 1970 Dodge Challenger. And then basically we drive around and we talk about anything cool that car has specifically. So this car went through the hands of Wayne Carini at one point, and just other cool things. So yeah, it's definitely a fun clip to get into for sure.
For sure. And if you enjoy this video, there's a whole lot more of that at Derek's channel. There's a link in the description. Be sure to check out his YouTube channel. So without further ado, let's take a look.
Everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are here with my friend Dan and Rachel's 1970 Dodge Challenger. And today we're going to be going over the facts, a little bit of information about the car, what makes this one, you know, so special, why it's such a loved car throughout all these different generations. So we're going to get into it right now. Oh, man. So right here, I mean, first impressions of the car, it is really nice. I mean, we haven't gotten into it at all, and you can feel the power. I mean, this car does not like going slow. It does not like standing still at all. So to start off, this car has the paint code FC7. It is the Plum Crazy Metallic Purple. And this is such a beautiful color by Dodge. This is a very iconic color for them. One cool thing about Dodge in the 70s, this car was a huge car of the muscle car era, and they were always doing these cool designs and all these different wild paint schemes. So right here is a pretty cool look of the inside of the car. So right here, these are your door locks. They click up and down. Your door handles right here. Your roll down windows. You have your mirror adjuster right here. We're not going to adjust that. And right over here, I mean, you just have these really cool gauges. I think this steering wheel is one of two options. And I think this one has the center horn, but they actually have some where the horn's not in the center, and you press like a button down here to make the horn go off, which is pretty interesting. It's got this wood grain trim all around though, just for the driver. All black leather. You have the high back leather seats. And this is a coupe. What's cool is you have that back window right there. You can see the pillar. But once you roll your back window down, the car essentially becomes pillarless. And another cool thing this car has is these old school rally wheels. So this car right here has these pretty cool Dodge Challenger floor mats. The RT purple matches the color, which is really cool. This car is the 3-speed automatic right in the center console. It's got this beautiful wood grain center console as well. If you have the manual, I'm pretty sure you do not get the center console. Another pretty cool fact about this car is this is a car of early shoulder belts. So if we flip around here, you'll see the shoulder belt hanging out up here. And you still have your lap belt down below. So we're moving to our next spot now. It was a little windy where we were, so we're gonna go check out another spot. But just such a fun car to cruise in. I mean, we're right by the ocean. People love the color of the car itself. So I wanted to start off real quick and say this car right here is the 440 6-pack V8 with a 3-speed automatic. And just a cool little fact right off the back is these are factory hood pins from Dodge. This car is the first year of the Challenger, 1970. This is just made to compete with the other brands' pony cars. So this car is considered an E-chassis. Its cousin car is the Plymouth Barracuda. And one of the first noticeable differences between the Plymouth Barracuda and the Dodge Challenger is the Dodge Challenger has quad headlights, as to the Barracuda would only have a single. So some cool information is right here on the grille we have this rippling wave effect. And that's literally what it was based off of, just ocean waves, just kind of have that nice little flow. Another cool fact too is the grille, when they were trying to find a new design for the Challenger and what they're gonna make the grille, is they looked up in their office and they had these old light fixtures that were kind of vented, and that's literally what this grille is based off of. So another small fact too about the E-chassis is the Dodge Challenger is 2 inches longer, coming in at 110 inches compared to the Barracuda. So a cool little thing about the Dodge Challenger RT is, you know, it was their sports car. This car had a wide variety of engines, but specifically you could get the 383, the 426, or the 440. So unfortunately though, in about 1972, about 2 years after they made this car, we ended up coming across the fuel crisis and emissions started getting heavier. So at that point, all 3 of those engines, you couldn't get them in the car anymore. I mean, the best you would probably get is like a 360 or maybe even a 383, but no more 426 and no more 440. So really quick, we'll just do a quick review on the back side of this car now. Like I said, I'm in love with the stripes, the white stripe, the Plum Crazy paint is beautiful. I mean, just the details, the old school fuel cap. You got all your badges back here, the huge taillights, quad tips exhaust. I mean, in this car has such a sleek look. Some of them even came with like vinyl tops back in the day, and there's a select few convertible RTs. Compared to a base model Challenger, the options for an RT were mainly like you had better handling, obviously you had your bigger engine, and sometimes you just have these other little cool packages such as your stripes and different things like that, honestly. It's pretty wild to think that this car had a lot of different engine options back in 1970. You could get anything from a slant 6 all the way up to a just obnoxious, rowdy 440 V8, 426 V8. I mean, there were some nasty engines they were putting in these. So the 440 specifically ran a 0 to 60 in 6 seconds back in 1970. That's 50 years ago. That is some crazy times. This car made about 390 horsepower. So the quarter mile time for this engine combo would be 13.6 seconds in the quarter mile at 104 miles per hour. First year of sales for the Dodge Challenger, they sold 76,935 units. 13,796 of those were RTs, which was pretty cool. And I mean, you could pick one of these cars up back in the day, the RT model, for $3,200, which is only $24,500 in inflation in today's money. I'm gonna pop the hood for you guys, and cool enough, like I said, it's just these hood pins that are pretty easy to release. And behold, we have the 446 pack that was upgraded to fuel injection. It's a pretty nasty engine in this. I mean, that is a monster. Another cool fact about this particular 442 is this is a vintage 440. Another nice thing is the owner had upgraded to an aluminum radiator, and he said it made quite a bit of a difference. The car runs a lot cooler with that. So this car is also equipped with trip carb fuel injection, and the reason it was set up like this is so now they don't have to change their intake, so they can keep up with that original look of the 440. This particular car was fully restored once back in the day. we believe it may have had the 383, so it was a true RT that somebody had upgraded to the 446 pack. But what's pretty nice is after restoration, a guy must have had this Dodge collection or a Mopar collection of some sort, and he reached out to Wayne Creaney himself, and Wayne Creaney purchased this car and then sold it. So at one point, this car was owned by Wayne Creaney, the host of Chasing Classic Cars. We're gonna hop into the interior now. Ooh, everything about this car is so nice. And right in here, another cool fact I just want to mention is, I mean, you have everything you need. This car does have power steering too, which is pretty cool. And right here, I mean, you even have your own analog clock. You have your AM radio down here. I mean, this thing is just such a beauty. Tell a 70 to 71 apart from a 72 on is the RPMs go all the way up to 8, as in the 72 after only went up to 7 grand. All right, guys, that was a lot of just little facts and cool information about this particular car. We're gonna cruise on back to the house now. I'll do my ending clip, but really, I mean, that was a fun, quick video to make. If you have any other cool information, let us know down in the comments below. If you had one of these cars back in the day or knew someone, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. All right, everybody, we're gonna finish up the video now. Thank you so much for checking out today's video. Really, it really means a lot. We just pulled in with the car. We're here with the purple truck, about to head home. But what a like amazing car. What a fun car to make a video with. Such an experience. And again, if you want to see some more content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, plumb crazy indeed. Yeah, thank you so much, Derek, for that cool footage. We really appreciate that.
Of course.
And if for the viewers who might have enjoyed that, there's a whole lot more of that type of video on his channel. Just click the link in the description, and he's got a whole lot of content there waiting for you. But reactions
all that knowledge about the car, Derek.
Thank you, really. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was a really fun video to make, and it was actually my first time, obviously, riding in an older Challenger, Charger, or any older Mopar. So that was a fun experience, really.
Maybe you can tell us, when did they start using the hood pins?
I'm actually not too sure. I knew it was a factory thing in the Challengers, so I know at least up to at the start of 1970, up until who knows when, I'm not too sure, but I know about them. They were using them for sure. I don't know for sure if any of the darts used them either. I'm trying to think if I recall seeing them on like the darts, like the Swinger editions or things like that.
Super B did.
The Super B. Okay, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yes. So that's cool. And I think I can't remember if it was a factory thing on the Plymouth Roadrunner or not. Sorry, just trying to think on that. But yeah, it's definitely a cool feature for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And seeing a car that one that's that well done, it really shows how good of a job Dodge did in 2008 when they brought it back too. Because they did such a good job modeling it after the 1970s. So that was cool.
That was well executed. I totally agree. Yeah. Well, cool. We've got some comments coming in. Our good friends Stacy and Art Fosler, regular viewers from Platteville, New York, are in the house. Let's see. Chevelle started doing the hood pins in 1970. Stacy and Art Fosler believe. Cool deal. And I remember too, as a kid, being impressed by those hood pins. It was like, whoa, that's serious,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't try to hood slide on it because it will hurt.
Yeah.
If you catch at the very end of the clip, you can see the little Galaxy tucked away in a tent back there, and their plates are so funny. The plates on the Challenger, if you caught it, says "Kids IRA," and then the plates on the Galaxy are her 401k.
There we go.
Love it.
Nice. They are a good investment.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Now, especially when they bought that to now, I mean, the value has changed dramatically.
Sweet. Yeah, sitting on some appreciation. Well, cool. We've got plenty more to look at, but before we do, we've got to do some quick shout outs. So we're going to do exactly that, and we'll be back in about 1 minute. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. All right, so we are back, and we are on item number 6. We're about to take a look at a 1966 Chevy Impala, and this car is for sale by our good friends over at MGM Classic Cars. Let me pull up that clip, and we'll take a look here, right here.
Earl here, coming to you from MGMClassicCars.com. Check out this fresh arrival 1966 true SS Impala 328 automatic trans. Pretty much original with a paint job about 25 years ago, which is still shining beautiful. It's got the SS Rally wheels. The bucket seats inside are all SS. It's a true car. Really, really straight. A few little flaws we'll go through, but generally you're getting a nice car. Let's take a look. Get you up and personal. Well, you can see how straight all the way down. All the way through. Clean, clean, clean. Tires are in great shape all the way through. Everything is working the way it should except the clock. So all your lights and gauges are properly working. Wipers are working. Clean. Really well taken care of. Looks like you got the original grille in the front. Good shape still. Chrome looks really good. Pretty much original all the way through. All the chrome throughout is still in really good shape. The hood lines up great. All original panel looks like up in there. Same here. Lines up good. All your glass is good all the way around. Front fender in good shape. Chrome is and molding strip seems pretty original. Still in good shape, but shows its little wear and tear. It lines up great to the fender, everybody, and all the way down. Really well preserved all the way throughout. Fender to the quarter to the door, excuse me, everybody. Nice lineup. All your glass on the driver's side and mirror and chrome is all in good shape with weather stripping as well. Your rear quarter's clean. No real paint flaws. Rear glass is good. The trunk lines up the way it should. Seems to be original quarters. It's a nice car. Original badging. Here's a little stuff that you need to take care of down the road, being it's 25 years older or plus. Little imperfections that are just starting in the back only. This is only where I'm finding them, not on the rest of the vehicle. But that's it. Your rear chrome, pretty much original, in good shape, still shines well. I would leave it alone. Rear passenger quarter in good shape. I do have the skirts for the car, both sides. Lines up great to the quarter. A couple tiny little chips here and there. To the fender, lines up good. No paint flaws, and straight. And straight. Get down a little bit. You can see for yourselves. It's a great example. Hood line is good. Roof line. Interior super nice. Your door panels, everything's SS because it is an SS. Moldings are in good shape. All your weather stripping's intact. This one's pulling out a little bit here, but I mean, that's part of it. There's always something to do. Dash pad's great. Headliner, wonderful. Rear deck, good. I love that speaker in the back. Back seat's in good shape, passenger seat. Let's take a look inside here. Steering wheel, original SS wheel. 83,543 miles. Gas gauge is working, wipers, lights, and horn, upgraded radio, and air conditioning. Factory air conditioning car. Nice. Carpets are good. Let's check out the trunk. Super clean. You can see your welds here. This is good stuff. Those are pretty much factory welds. Again, same thing. All the way throughout. Weather stripping's good on the trunk. Those are your fins right there. Those are your skirts. Pick up your skirt. Yeah. Trunk is nice. Spare tire. Nice, nice car. I'll shoot some pictures underneath so you guys and gals can take a look. Nice car. Let's check out this engine. Really clean underneath. This car's, like I said, well preserved. 283. Power front disc brakes. Alternator looks fresh. Power steering. Air conditioning. Clean underneath here. Manifolds look good and well preserved. me leave that hood open. Let's start it up. It's got a great sound. And cruise is great. There's my key. Gauges are working.
Yeah, so thank you so much to MGM Classic Cars for that amazing footage. What do you guys think? Anything there jump out at you?
Love Chevys.
I was gonna say that's a really solid car. Really, there's like it's like time capsule almost. One thing that kind of surprised me too, even for like being a later '60s sportier car, is it had factory skirts. If that was a factory thing, I mean, it seemed like it. So that was that's kind of cool. And I actually realized the '66s aren't too common around where I live. I see a lot of the 65s, but I haven't seen too many 66s. And I noticed they went from the round taillights to a more, rectangular boxy style taillight. So that was cool.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was the Impala, right, that they changed every year. Almost every model year of it was different. They changed something on it.
I think so.
Which is cool. And that one was just a beautiful car. Very well done, ready to drive.
Yeah, for sure. Rob?
Oh, I love Chevys. It's too bad it wasn't a 4-speed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised too. Sorry, I was gonna say I'm not too familiar with the 283. Actually, I didn't know if you guys had any info on that. If that was just the standard that came in the SS at the time.
The best engine Chevy ever made was the 283.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'll have to look into it.
You could get 1 million miles on those engines. They lasted forever.
Just a really reliable V8.
A lot of tricks you could do to put more horsepower over those than you could the 350.
That's cool.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why they stopped making them. Probably because they're so reliable.
Too reliable.
You're
not coming back buying new cars, no?
Yeah.
Because you're still driving the old one.
Yeah. And I have good memories of seeing those on the road back in the day. Just a really sweet looking car, nice stance, nice lines. Just about every angle it looks really sharp. And let's see, we've got a comment that's come in. Here we go. Connor Brown says, "Nice car, cool deal." We have consensus on that one for sure. All right, well, let's see where we are on the menu here. We're about to look at item number 7. Now, this is an event that's called the Road Warriors Meet and Greet, and this is put on by Dave and Buster's Mopar Club, and this comes courtesy of the CO 6.4 SRT YouTube channel. So let me cue that up here, and we're going to take a look. And we are back. Yeah, thank you so much to the CO 6.4 SRT YouTube channel for that really cool footage. Gentlemen, thoughts?
Mopar meet. I kind of want to go. I feel like my car would fit in well there.
Oh, for sure.
It's really impressive. Like how many of those cars have really started to like come up and surface in the last couple of years, and the aftermarket support too for those is wild.
Yes.
And they're pretty obtainable cars too. Like you were saying, they're fairly inexpensive, relatively, a lot of power and a pretty good following.
I was gonna say, yeah, what you pay and what you get for horsepower is completely worth it.
The bang for your buck situation.
Yeah, a lot of value. Go ahead, Rob.
They stole the market when they came out with those cars.
Oh yeah.
Too bad next year is the last year, because 2024 the Hellcat is electric.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to buy one. Well, I know they're going to be fast.
Yeah, if they're fast, maybe there'll still be an audience for it. We'll see.
They got 4 electric motors in them.
Yeah.
And they're going to have a tape recorded sound.
Really? Oh my!
I'm all for electric sometimes, but the pre-recorded V8 noise is where I kind of draw that line.
It hurts.
Yeah, make it sound like a spaceship.
You'll be going to the audio shop telling them your exhaust blew.
Yeah, totally. Well, let's see. We've got a comment that's come in. We've got Stacy and Art Fosler. They say they have a friend who has a 66 4-speed 406 V8. So he must be talking about that Impala.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, 406 with a 4-speed. That'd be a sweet ride.
Very cool.
Cool deal.
That's
so
awesome.
we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna do another quick series of shout outs here. We'll catch you in about 1 minute and we'll have some final comments before we close out the program. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Cool. So we are back. We've got another comment that's come in, and Stacy and Art Fosler are saying yes. So I think he's confirming that we're talking about that Chevy Impala.
Sweet.
Well, cool. Any final thoughts, gentlemen? Thoughts, questions?
No, I think everything just went great. I mean, I got to learn a couple things too, especially going through that 66 Impala was really cool to talk about and learn something new from it, So that was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. Got to see a pretty good range of cars. It was just a good time. Always down to talk cars.
Absolutely. Rob?
Good show, Mike. A big selection of different kind of cars.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you so much also to Jake and Derek. You guys bring a lot of great footage to the podcast. It really means a lot. And I'm looking here because we get another comment that's come in. Connor Brown says he's had a great time and he expects to be back here next Wednesday. Well, thank you, Connor. I'm glad that you've come by, and I'm glad that you've decided to become a regular viewer. We very much appreciate your input and your viewership, and hope you'll have just as much fun next week. And I'm going to give you a sneak preview of what we're going to be looking at next week. I've got a good friend, Bill Stull. He's a big guy in the vintage snowmobile space, and he also does restorations and so forth on muscle cars. Now, I'm pretty sure he's going to be bringing us this car live to look at next week, live from his shop in Wisconsin.
Nice.
And I'm also trying to get him to bring this on.
Oh.
So, and that's all. These are all things that he's done, especially this Corvette, this custom Corvette. So we've been messaging back and forth for months, trying to make something happen. So hopefully next week is the week where we have him come on and we'll be live from his shop looking at some cars. So looking forward to that. And also beginning next week, next Thursday night, we start the Vintage Snowmobile Podcast, live episodes every week. Rob and I have been doing that for quite a while now. and that starts next Thursday. If you're curious about that, click the link in the description for my YouTube channel. That's where you can watch everything I do, the car stuff, the snowmobile stuff. If you don't want to miss anything, that's the way to find it and be on top of everything. And I hope you'll join us for a Muscle Car podcast next Wednesday night, and the Vintage Snowmobile podcast next Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. All righty.
Busy week, Mike.
Oh, for sure. It's going to start getting crazy, but that's the way we like it.
Perfect.
Cool deal.
Looking forward
Awesome.
to it.
Well, again,
right.
thank you so much, Mike, for having us on your podcast today. I think I speak for everybody when we all say we had a great time today. I would like to also recommend the viewers make sure you subscribe to Wheels, Keels, and Snowmobiles. Especially, this was a really fun experience, and like I said, we got to learn a lot from it. So it's really awesome.
Yeah, we'll be doing a lot more of this kind of thing in the future. We're just getting started here.
There we go. We'll get you more content.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks again, guys, for the content. We really appreciate it. And as always, we give the last word to AMSOIL. And thanks, guys. Have a good evening.
Great show, Mike.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about AMSOIL. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your AMSOIL products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what AMSOIL is and why you should consider using AMSOIL products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. AMSOIL is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses AMSOIL for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that AMSOIL is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because AMSOIL doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And AMSOIL likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves them money. Some of the people like the benefit of AMSOIL is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction and drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, AMSOIL says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the AMSOIL bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the AMSOIL. AMSOIL's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero. Wow. If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out. And once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So AMSOIL is an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running AMSOIL than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And AMSOIL is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that AMSOIL has available.
Wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the AMSOIL experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
AMSOIL has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, AMSOIL will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. AMSOIL sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account, and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering AMSOIL. Is that correct?
It is.
Wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an AMSOIL order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the Preferred Customer Program page, where you can take advantage of all of these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the Preferred Customer Program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the Preferred Customer Membership on your order that gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the Signature Series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click Checkout Now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an AMSOIL account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to AMSOIL. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaPierre. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for AMSOIL under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. And the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your AMSOIL Preferred Customer Program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters, free DVD requests, so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering AMSOIL as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from AMSOIL, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up, and you can buy directly from AMSOIL. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the AMSOIL marketing plan. AMSOIL has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing, or hot rods, we have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business that's I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes, yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL. People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the product. Perfect.
Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSOIL's a fun business. AMSOIL's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.